see if we can get a quick 0 to 60 here. Hey, buenos dias, ¿qué pasó, amigos? John's Moto Garage. Welcome back to the channel. I'm gonna be taking the Harley Davidson V-Rod for a quick spin. I apologize, I'm maybe losing my voice, not 100% sure. But anyway, I've had this bike for a little while now. I picked it up on Craigslist. This is a 2011 Harley Davidson, I don't know, V-Rod, Night Rod Special, one of those. 1250cc. Something like, I don't know, 120 horsepower. I'm not usually one to go into specs, but last I checked, I think this one is like 0 to 60 in 3 seconds and quarter mile in 11 seconds or something along those lines. Of course, this is the rare burnt orange. But anyway, today we're just going to talk about the V-Rod a little bit, not a ton. I actually have a dude lined up to come check this bike out and possibly take it home, take it off my hands tomorrow. Now I will note the ABS light is on, and I let this potential buyer know about that. KBB trade-in's like 76 hundo, and I've got it listed for 72. It's got some blemishes on the right hand side where it was dropped by the previous owner just at slow speeds. But it's only got 2,700 miles. One of the reasons why I had been looking for this bike is because I'm a big fan of the Yamaha Warrior. I like the muscle bikes, the performance cruisers, just because they're fun bikes to ride. And I actually used to not even consider the Harley Night Rod here. A long time ago, I used to not like how they looked, and I used to just assume because it was a Harley, performance-wise, it wasn't going to compete with the metric cruisers and some of the other performance cruisers out there. Well, after doing a little bit of research, I came to find out this is basically like the performance cruiser to beat next to the Yamaha V-Max. In other words, there's not much out there that's going to be gnarlier than the Harley V-Rod. But a lot of people ask, well, why the heck would you even get a muscle cruiser, a performance cruiser? And honestly, in my opinion, this is a perfect like second or third motorcycle. You're not going to get it just for cruising and touring because it's not going to have that comfort aspect. Performance wise, while for a cruiser it is a fast bike, you've got all kinds of other bikes that are going to outperform this. Obviously sport bikes, sport touring bikes, anything along those lines. So you're not necessarily getting the best of anything, but it is a well-rounded fun bike. And one thing I have to say is every time I jump on this kind of a motorcycle, that being a performance cruiser, I go into it thinking, I just don't understand performance cruisers and what they're all about. And then I walk away thinking, oh, I see what it's all about. They're just fun bikes to ride. I don't know, there's just something about the experience that makes it worth it. But again, that's total personal preference. I've talked to plenty of people who have taken bikes like this on long road trips and set them up and have them equipped for that kind of a thing. One thing I always complain about is you've got your forward controls with your kind of aggressive drag bars. These do come available with May controls, but they're harder to come by that way. I think for your taller rider, it's not as big of an issue. I love the way these bikes sound though. They definitely have a nice, unique sound. Still got that Harley rumble, but it's not still got that kind of Harley tone to it, but it's a little bit different. It's kind of like a deeper, I don't know, more I don't even know what it is. It's just a little bit different, and I dig it. And it really kicks in at about 4,000 or 5,000 RPMs. The first time I ever rode one of these, I never even hit like 4,000 or 5,000 RPMs because I was just doing a test ride. And I remember thinking like, oh, what's all the hype about? That's nothing. It was after that I went home and did some research and came to realize it really kicks in at that 4,000 to 5,000 RPM mark. And when it does, oh man, let me tell you. Yeah, it's a monster, all right. Let's talk handling. It's got a pretty wide rear tire. I don't know if it's a 240 or not, but you got the wider rear tire. I hear on the older ones, like the 02, 03, it wasn't as wide. So handling on these, it's not like your dream handling. You feel like you're fighting it a little bit, but again, it's a performance cruiser. It's not a sport bike. But yeah, overall, they don't disappoint. Every time I take them for a spin, I have a complete blast. Super fun bikes, and it reminds me again why people dig the performance cruisers in the first place, because ultimately, it's a fun bike to ride. Frequently asked questions, can you do a wheelie on one? I personally cannot, but I have seen it done. Sometimes you just gotta sit and listen to the engine purr. Well, there you have it, you guys. The V-Rod, Night Rod, special, whatever it is. Fun bike. Gnarly motorcycle. And yeah, there you have it. Now I'm gonna jump on this Striker, take the Striker for a quick spin.